Hello, welcome to the Raw review with me, All Things Wrestling, and KK. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. We kick off with, I think they were meant to be doing Braveheart. Miz was reading a story, and AJ and Braveheart John Morrison acted out the story. It was very cringy. Not gonna lie, this was
Yeah,
very, very cringy.
storytelling, long term.
Jesus.
Because John Morrison, he did have the same whole look when Drew was on SmackDown when we had a young Drew and he had no beard and everything. I think he had a referee gear on as well.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, that segment.
Yeah. We then had Sheamus interrupted and threw a Christmas tree at AJ.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had Sheamus versus AJ Styles. The match was alright. AJ won in the end. And then after the
yeah.
match, AJ got Sheamus hanging upside down to the outside with the ropes and hit him with a chair. That was unique. I give it that. I've never seen anyone do that before, so that was quite unique.
Exactly why I had to get a shot of it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Um, Overall, pretty okay opening.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah. Then we had a typical. Oh, oh yeah. Some people were eating bro nuts, and then Bobby Lashley poured milk over a crew member's head, which you'll see in the actual thumbnail. It was alright. I
Yeah.
mean, no Kurt Angle milk segment.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Yeah, it was alright. Moving on to a tag team match. Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. The match was alright. The winners were Hurt Business. Jeff Hardy tapped out to the full Nelson.
I like how they got the Hardy Boys are like somewhat alive because you still got a Jeff and Matt together. Maybe not Hardy Matt, but you got
Yeah,
another one.
the new
No
Hardy
pun,
Boys. Please don't let
yeah,
that be
the
a
Hardy
thing.
Bros. Hardy Bros.
Please don't let that happen.
No,
Please.
no pun intended. But that could be a dope tag team.
Oh my god. But yeah, the match was alright. Then we see Lana and Asuka in gorilla position. Lana's nervous about facing Nia Jax. Asuka gave her a pep talk and said, "I'm honoured to be your partner." Blah blah blah. The usual pep talk. Then Lana went out there and beat Nia Jax.
Mhm.
At which point they beat Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax beat her down after the match, and then Asuka makes a save. It was
I feel
alright.
so I feel so bad for Lana the way Nia dropped on her.
Gotta hurt.
That leg drop looked nasty.
Yeah. Same as most of the shit that Nia does.
Mhm.
We then go to a concert with Elias with Jackson Riker, who's now made his return to television. R-Truth then interrupts the concert, and then loads of other people attack him.
Yeah, that was the comedy part of it.
It was alright.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
Nah, it wasn't good.
It was
Then,
meh.
hmm, what?
It was a mess kind of moment.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Yeah.
Then we go Miz and Morrison versus Keith Lee in a handicap match. Keith Lee won. I've heard this match was very good, but I unfortunately only saw the first few minutes of it before having to go to the toilet. So, tell the people at home how the match was, KK.
Okay, my personal thing is I love the that Miz and Morrison won the match. Knowing some of the wrestling community, everyone will complain that Keith lost, while they always say push Morrison every week.
Yeah.
Yep, I personally liked it.
Yeah. Stupidly, there's notes I have here say Keith Lee won, but the contract, the few words before it says that what Morrison won. So whoever wrote this note on Peter, these results on PW Insider, proofread please, because you put the wrong winner.
Fake news.
Yeah, Richard from PW Insider, if you're watching this,
You
proofread
had a
please. Then we go to the Firefly Funhouse in the Thunderdome.
oh yes, hide and
Uh,
seek.
he did a typical promo talking about Randy Orton and the history, and then Randy Orton showed up on the Titantron, and then Bray accepted the fact that he was going to go and find Randy. Overall, it was alright at best. I mean, Bray Wyatt's typically entertaining.
Very.
Just, it was alright.
I love the gimmick.
Yeah, the gimmick's good, but it gets better. This part does get better. Then we had Mace versus Ricochet. Mace won, and then they beat down Ricochet after the match. It was alright match. Mace needs to really change his name. Match was alright.
Yeah.
We then go to Shayna.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you have anything to say about the segment before I move on to the next one, feel free.
Basically, I was gonna say is I like that whole Matt Riddle and Bray segment where uh, Matt Riddle he called the Rambling Rabbit as Baby Broda.
Yes, he did, and then someone referenced that Husky Harris was Bray Wyatt's kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Broda thing was. It would have made more sense if Rambling Rabbit actually kind of looked like Yoda. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
then we had Shayna Baszler versus Nia. Dana Brooke, sorry. Nia pushes Dana off the turnbuckle, causing a disqualification. They beat her down, and then Asuka makes the save. It was alright.
Yeah. And question. So we are getting a tag team match at TLC.
I guess we are with Asuka
Asuka,
and Lana versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
is that confirmed or like is she given time to like find a partner?
Let me have a look. We'll take 2 seconds to get the the confirmed match card up.
I think I heard about something about she has to find like
Yes.
a partner.
Oh, it's Asuka and to be determined, but it will be Lana.
Oh, okay. Well, here's my thing. If it's not Lana, I have a backup idea of who it could be.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes, true. It could be.
Woo!
It would fall in the time that she's expected to return.
I haven't seen her in a while.
No, that would be very interesting.
Or do you think maybe Kyrie? I don't know. I doubt it.
Kyrie's in Japan, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so it's either between Lana or Charlotte.
Could be Becky. Becky's already had the baby, so she theoretically could return.
She's already had the baby. That's enough.
Not, but I think Becky will return.
Yeah. And Asuka's the one that took it off of Becky, if I'm correct.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, that's another person.
I'll have to wait and see. Yeah. We then go to see Bray looking at a rocking chair with nobody in a room. He sits down on the chair. Randy Orton attacks him, throws him into a case, pours lighter fluid on it, sets it on fire. He's laughing at the fire. The case opens. A fiend emerges. Mandible claw. Best moment of the show. By far best moment of the show. Involves fire. How could it not be great?
That's what I'm talking about. Some things never change. The best thing on Raw. He might be a legend killer, but he's not a fiend killer. low-key want Randy to win on Sunday just to see what happens to the Fiend. This was a brilliant segment.
This was fantastic.
Mhm.
Then Matt Riddle squashed MVP in a match. Literally, it was
Yeah.
a squash match.
Mhm.
Yeah. After that, we had AJ and Drew McIntyre do like a talking segment between the two. Drew did a whole typical promo. It was a really good promo. After that, Miz Morrison and AJ beat down Drew. After Drew, and then AJ climbed a ladder and grabbed the belt that was hung up to like it will be on Sunday. Very symbolic moment of AJ holding the WWE Championship. It was an
Yes.
alright segment to end on. The show ended in a good couple of segments, but overall the show was shit.
This right here, it, there is what carried the best era in WWE history in 2016. AJ with the WWE Championship. I'm actually low-key like rooting for him on Sunday. After a few average and below average for the like past Raws, I can finally say like this was kind of the way it ended. It's kind of a good way to go into TLC.
Yeah. The last couple of things really set it up. They set the AJ McIntyre match up really good, and they set the Fiend and Randy match up. But everything else just kind of felt. Oh, and I gotta say the Asuka stuff was done very well.
Hmm.
Not that I like Nia Jax or Shayna Baszler that much, but they set that match up really good with them trying to do stuff and Asuka foiling them all night.
Hmm.
They did a good. They did good there, so I give them that. That was good.
I agree.
TLC should be interesting. Overall, I'd have to give this Raw a 3 out of 10.
No, you're being generous. I was gonna say two.
I mean, yeah, screw it, 2 out of 10. I'll agree with you,
There you go.
and that's
Maybe
only
like
because of the good couple of segments. But overall, this show dragged.
yeah.
When I'm wishing for it to be over, then I know it's not been a good show.
You know I was dying for this shit to be over with.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, anyway, I'll be live for Impact. Also for TLC, I'll be live for TLC. And any other wrestling event you can imagine that's done by a big North American company. And I'll probably get back, well, New Japan is next month when I get back into that. Don't
Yes,
care
sir.
for tournaments. Don't care for multi-round tournaments. Their matches just bore me.
Yes.
And I just can't sit through a tournament anymore. Especially when it's not a single win-loss thing where it's like you continue going round and round. It just, I don't know, New Japan puts on a lot of events and they're all good, just the toll of Japanese commentary plus not being that interested in a lot of the matches just kind of takes your toll. Wrestle Kingdom will be
Yeah.
great though. Looking forward to the Wrestle Kingdom, New Year's Dash, and any other big pay-per-view that they've got in the next year. Just not the tournaments.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching this review, and we shall catch you all later. Good night and goodbye.